everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I know today will be a little bit different of a video, and I've been wanting to do some type of videos like this for you guys just because I'm not just all about beauty, skin, and hair. And I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about who I am and the reason why I stay positive for the most part, because life can be hard. I feel like there's always something that you can find positive and be happy about. So I wanted to do this video for you guys so that you can see and just be a little bit more encouraged in your everyday life. Just see the good things in everything. Also, don't forget to like this video and to subscribe to my channel. And if you're new, subscribe and be part of the family. To comment in the comments below about some of the things that you guys do to stay positive, and let's get into the video. A little showcase I'll show to you guys. Look at these little babes. Guys, you're so adorable. I love these little cuties. Look at the number one thing is to just stay positive and have just positive thinking. So the one thing that I find is always find something positive in every situation, because honestly, even if there's something bad that's happening in your life or just something negative that's happening, there's always something that you can find to be positive about. Little cutie. The number one tip is to have positive thinking. Now, I know there can be a lot of difficult situations that you guys might be going through, like whether it's a breakup or if somebody does pass away in your life. I know there's always something that happens because it's life and nobody said it was going to be easy, and I know things happen that aren't normally positive. I always feel like there's something that you can find to smile about and just be a little more on a positive side, and honestly it'll just lead you to happiness. So the number one thing is to have positive thinking. That leads me to number two, is to find something to be positive about. Now, I got these little cuties. They keep me happy. So for example, if you guys are in a situation, like even at work, a boss yelled at you or something like that. I know some of those things will always just put you into a very negative mood, and a lot of times, you know, you could look at it from a way like, oh my gosh, I got yelled at or whatever happened at work, but you could still be positive about, like, well, at least you have a job, because so many people out there are looking for one and they don't have one, and they would rather get yelled by a boss versus looking for a job for 6 months. So I mean, I know it might not be something that could look and be like, oh my gosh, I'll just be happy in the situation even though I don't get paid as much or my boss doesn't like me, whatever. But you could still be really happy and, you know, find something to be positive about, like your workplace or the people that you do work with. So, I mean, I think there's always something that you can smile about, so just keep doing that and always find something that you can be happy about. The third thing, this is what keeps me happy. Just get a kitten! Look at that! He's so cute! He's so adorable. This is like one of those really fluffy ones, and it's got the extra toe, so this is a polydactyl and half Maine Coon. Now, I know that's kind of like a joke, but honestly, if you have any type of animals, they just bring you so much peace and they make your life so much easier, honestly. If you guys don't own a pet, I highly suggest get one. Whether it's a puppy or a kitten or, I don't know, a fish, if that makes you happy. But I just feel like if you have any type of animals, you come home and they're really happy to see you. They're just always happy to be in your presence. Even if you had a really bad day, they'll just be there for you. And honestly, you can cry to them. They don't care. They'll just keep on loving you. So if you need a little friend, just get one of these, and I have a ton of them. Honestly, when I was a little kid, I always wanted to have like a lot of kittens, but I could never be around them because you always were around either big cats or, you know, whatever. But now I am in my adulthood and I get to enjoy these little bundles of joy. They're so cute. This is one of them as well. He's getting really squirmy. Look at your cute face. Mwah. If you guys don't have any type of pets yet, I just suggest you get one because, like I said, they just make your day so much better when you come home. And I just think that animals, they're a really good way to give you some positive vibes and just be really happy. Right, little babe? They do not want to cooperate with me today. Don't you guys love it? These little friends, right? Oh, little cutie. You're so adorable. The one thing that I love is when I come home or when I'm sitting and reading and they would like come up to me and sit there and just be with me, and I love that. Especially with these fluffy ones, they're so cute. The fourth thing to stay positive is to listen to the music that keeps you up and gives you energy. So for me, I like to listen to some type of encouraging music. I listen to a lot of worship music. If you guys don't know me, I am a Christian and I like to listen to some music that gives me encouragement, or even when I do read books, I like them to be more encouraging as far as for me personally, not just some type of story about like some drama or whatever. So to me, a lot of times if I'm like anxious or if I'm feeling down, I'll put on some worship music, and honestly, it's like so calming, and I feel like that presence in that music and just that like presence of God, it really like fills the room and just gives me peace, puts me more on like a positive mood. Normally, for the most part, I'm a very positive person, so it's not like I really need it that much, but you know, life gets us down and sometimes you don't feel so positive in life. I'll be cooking or doing whatever and I'll put that music up and it just makes me feel so much more happier and joyful, and it just brings your spirit up too, you know. If you don't have any type of music, just find something that you do enjoy to listen to, even if it's just some pop, but I would encourage you to listen to something that's positive, because if you're already down and you're putting on some type of pop music that's talking about some breakup, well, it's not going to make you feel better. So I don't suggest you listen to anything that's very negative, because, well, it's just further going to make you be a lot more negative and think about your situation and how it's so much worse. You better not scratch my couch. You can be very naughty. So just find some music that is a lot more positive and just talks about more encouraging. And if you guys want to know what I normally listen to, just comment in the comments below to let me know if you do like any links or any playlists that I like. So just let me know. The fifth thing is surround yourself with positive people. Now, if you've been around any type of negative people, you guys know that it just, like, no one wants to be around them. And if a person is always really negative, like, no one wants to be friends with them. So if you don't want to be friends with those people, well, don't be that person. If you are negative, well, guess what? You can't really make friends if you're negative. There are a lot of, you know, those negative people, and what they do is they just suck energy out all of you, and honestly, that just makes you feel way more down even if you're positive. You should be able to rub your positivity on other people versus be negative and put other people down. If you are a negative person in general, well, honestly, you can't make anybody happy, because all they'll hear from you, or when they hear your name, they just know that you're a very negative person. I don't suggest you be a negative person. Be more positive even at workplace, and even just, you know, doing a little comment to that person that's being very negative, it will like trigger something in that person, and they will want to be more positive too. Because if they are negative and you are trying to be negative, well, that just collides and makes it way worse. So I know it's a lot of times it's very hard to be around positive people or just be surrounded by more positive coworkers. I know not everybody is as lucky. Now, I love the fact that where I work, a lot of the girls that I work with, they are very positive. I know there are not everyone that is, but even in the midst of that, if you are more positive, it just makes your job a lot easier and just makes it for others easier and more pleasant to work with you. Even if there is that one negative person, you could always do something about it and not necessarily change them, but even just encourage them to be a little more positive, because not everybody is just born to be negative. Some people just don't see the way you see, so they are completely opposite on the sides of what you see, so therefore they're negative. I'm not saying you can change anybody, but I think just little comments or compliments make another person feel better and maybe even change the way they think or look at things. The sixth tip for you guys is having encouraging books. Like I was saying, so a good way to feel positive and encouraged is if you have one of those like daily encouraging books, or I know they have like daily devotionals for every day for some people, and whatever works for you. If there's any type of book that encourages you, I suggest read it. Now for me, like I said, that I do read a lot of books, or I used to read a lot of books, and most of them would just be positive on life and just how to be different or how to change and be a better person. Now, to me, I used to read a lot of books that were on drama and just, just like life stories and fiction, nonfiction, whatever. But to me, I feel like the most important, if you're reading anything, should be on how to be a better person, how to be, a better wife, better friend, better spouse. So to me, I was reading a lot of just very positive books on if there are any things in our life or in our hearts that need to be changed. Well, those books just really encouraged me to be a better person. And the number one book that I read is the Bible. I know the first assumption that most people make is if you read the Bible a lot, well, you must be religious. Well, honestly, to me, it's not just being religious, it's really just having a relationship with God. And the way that I stay positive is I read the Word of God. And to me, that's helped me so much. And there has been a lot of different things that I've been going through. One thing of just me and my husband trying to get pregnant. So to me, when I was feeling down, I would just pick it up and I would open it and read it. And honestly, you guys, that was one of the biggest encouragements that I could have gotten. And I feel like with that, I'm able to stand strong and just stand tall and be able to be encouraging for other people as well that sit in my chair, that I do their hair, and maybe they are trying to get pregnant and they're having something difficult in life. I mean, I've had people that sat in my chair and they were crying because something is just really going on in their life and it's been really hard. And I feel like by going through certain things and just reading the Word of God and being encouraged by that, because honestly it speaks into every situation, and I feel like because of that I've been able to be encouraging to other people. And I love to be encouraging to other people because I know that everyone needs a lifting word and just, a lifting comment or whatever is gonna fit into their agenda. And honestly, if you don't have anywhere to start or a book to read, just open up the Bible. It's got so much good stuff, you guys. Or even if you're not that far into even knowing where to start or what to do, just pick up like a devotional book. Comment in the comments below, you guys, if you do want to know, or if you want any type of suggestions on some of the other devotional books that you could read, books that are going to be very encouraging and just very nice for you to, have it in your daily life, because I think anybody needs any type of or some type of encouraging book for you to read and just be encouraged in your everyday life. And I know there's a lot of books out there that will correspond to your everyday or just any type of situation that you might be going through. So get a book. I don't think you'd be discouraged, and if you don't have a book, just get an audio, because I know a lot of times, or most people they won't sit and actually open up a book and read it. So if you could always find an audio or just a very positive like radio station that you can listen to, I know there's a ton. I don't personally listen to any, but I do know a few people that do, and that just really helps them to, stay positive or just upbeat, because a lot of times you might wake up with a bad mood. How does that happen? I don't know. But I think there's a lot of ways that you can fix that if you just, read that devotional book or listen to a podcast or whatever makes it better for you. Turn on that music. So do whatever works for you, but keep being positive. Last thing that I wanted to summarize this whole thing is positivity leads you to happiness. Now, I'm not saying that's the key to happiness, because it's a whole different story and we could talk about that a lot more. But I just think that when you're a lot more positive, it just leads you to being more of a happy person and seeing the positive things in every situation, even when things are collapsing and everything is just completely a wreck in your life. The way to stay happy, and if you want to be more happy, now the thing, nobody can make you happy, only you can. So the way to do it is, I'm not saying that all these steps are going to make you a necessarily positive person or a joyful person or be happy all the time like a crazy person. You know, it's just one of the things that has worked for me, and some of the ways that I know has made me and who I am and just be more of a positive person. I know most people have probably heard just an example that, you know, two people can be in the same room but see completely different things. Now, somebody can be, you know, in the four walls and see the darkness and the gloom and the way everything just looks so dark in their life, and another person can see the same exact thing but see that they're happy and they're alive and they're living. So you really choose, it's your choice the way you see things, the way you see the world. You know, a lot of times you might see things from, you know, you might work in the same place with your coworker and they might be really happy and joyful and see the wonderful opportunities that they have, and you on the other hand just see all the bad things that happen. Now, honestly, it's probably just the way you notice things. Just being more positive will help you to be more happy in life. And if you guys would like more in depth about like some of the books that I like, some of the music, or just what I love to read, comment in the comments below and let me know. Otherwise, I feel like these are one of the most important steps or just tips that I wanted to share and let you know the way that I stay positive. And I mean, like I said, I try to be a very positive person and I don't like to be around people that are negative. And I know you can't always escape that because they could be all around you, they could be at work, they could be in front of you in line while you're standing to buy some groceries. Like, you never know. I think no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing, you could always find something to be positive at, because everyone goes through life and nobody said it was easy. There's no directions on how things are gonna go, and you know, things just always pop up, circumstances, life comes at you, and it's never easy. But I think the way you look at things, your perspective, if you try to be more of a positive person, it'll just make your life so much easier. And I'm not saying that you should ignore some of the bad things that happen. Like, yes, they do happen, but you don't have to necessarily be so down about it. You don't always have to look at things like it's the end of the world, because it's really not. Just look at the fact that, you know, you're alive, you're living, you're breathing, and there's so much people that don't have that. There's people that, you know, have like sickness in their life, or they need healing, or whatever else happens, and if you're well and alive, well, be happy about that. And that sums up our video. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know the things that you do to stay positive in your daily life. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! And honestly, just get a kid. Aren't these kittens so adorable? You guys should totally get one. They're so adorable. Little thing. I can hold them in my hand.